Classwork. So in Google Classroom is where you'll find all your work. But first things first, every single morning, check your school email. You can check it on your phone. You can check it on any device as long as you're in your Google account through school. This will tell you what to do once you go to Google Classroom. It will have specific directions for you. So the very first thing you do is check your email. Once you do, then you'll go to Google Classroom. You're expected to check into it each day between 8 and 3 p.m. Daily classwork needs to be completed and submitted by 4. This is how attendance will be taken. So you will have an assignment that will say it's attached to your attendance and make sure that's the one you get done that day. There might be an additional assignment for you to complete that day. However, sometimes an assignment, maybe you have more than one day to finish it. Just make sure you check the due date for each assignment. There will be an assignment each day and an assessment of some kind each Thursday. All grades will be updated by Friday, and it'll be in Synergy in the grade book, but I'll talk about more of that in a little bit. The grading scale is the same for all Excel Center classes. Between a 90 and 100 is an A, 80 and 89 is a B, 70 to 79 is a C, and below 70, you need to report. You'll have to repeat the course, but you may still receive a half elective credit if you are not below a 60%. 30% of your work is from classwork grades and 70% are from assessments, which means those assessments are weighted much more heavily in the grade book. So it is super important that you pay attention and make sure that you get those done and you take your time and do them carefully. Class hours, a little different than we've done virtually in the past. So Monday through Thursday, I will have an open Zoom hours for my first and second periods. So if you were allotted to be in the first period for beginning writing or second period for math lab, I'll have an open Zoom from 9 to 9:45 a.m. each day, Monday through Thursday. If you were slotted to be in my third or fourth hour classes, an open Zoom for third and fourth is going to be from 1 to 1:45 p.m. That would be for my English 2 and English 1 students. Fridays from 10 to 12, you may schedule a specific time for any additional help that you might need if necessary. And of course, you can email me with questions or arrange a time to speak personally anytime that you want. Deadlines. Let's talk about deadlines. Daily work is due by 4 p.m. each day and will count for your daily attendance. There may be an additional assignment that may or may not be due that day, but check the due date. Classroom assignments will be accepted no more than 2 weeks late, and assessments will be accepted no more than 1 week late. Now, that doesn't mean that they aren't due when they are due, but if you do them late, you may not get the attendance for that day, but you still have a chance to make it up because after the 2 weeks for assignments, that 0 in the grade book remains a 0 and cannot be changed. And the same thing for assessments. And zeros are very, very hard on your grades. So the grades, any missing assignments or assessments do not get turned in by the deadline. They will be marked as a 0, and zeros have a very negative impact on your grade. If you complete an assignment or an assessment after the due date, but before the final deadline, that's that 2 week for classroom assignments and that 1 week after an assessment assignment, the 0 will be changed. And you can check your grades at all times in Synergy. I will update the grade book each Friday. So if you missed an assignment that week, that 0 will go in on that Friday. But again, it can be changed if you get it done. And I just strongly encourage everyone to just stay on top of your work. It's so much easier to not have to catch up on your work, okay? Keeping up is so much easier than catching up. And finally, please remember that we're all in this together. This type of distance learning is challenging, but hopefully temporary. I look forward to seeing you in person in a couple of weeks. And again, feel free to contact me at mbrotherton@mogoodwillexcel.org. Following this video, you're going to answer a few more questions, and then you'll get 2 more tutorial videos that will help you navigate around Google Classroom and in Google Docs.